Yo, hey, it's us. I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. Billy's going to video it. Okay, so I'm going to give the camera to him. Let's stay right there for a sec. So you're going to print out what the thing that I sent you, and I wrote it all down right here. I'm going to show you how to lay it out. Okay. So the first thing you're going to lay out, come over here. Because of the way they dimensioned this, they dimensioned it from the top point here down to the edge of the bird's mouth right here at 7.2 and 17/30 seconds. Just stay with me. It's 33.69 degrees on this plumb cut. That's your 8/12 pitch, all right? So what you're going to do to lay that out, you're going to take your speed square, get a good pencil. We're going to go over to 33. Can you video straight down on this? So you start pretty much from the end here. Doesn't really matter. I can start here, I can start here, it doesn't matter. You're going to go over until off your pivot you got 3.69. We're going to guess is kind of like right in between the 33 and the 34, and you're going to scribe a line. Okay, so that's our first line. This is 33.69. we don't need to get the 6.9 just right. All right, so all our error, you could even go to 33 3/4, but you can't, you know, you're talking about differences in those lines. We're going to cut that first. All right, so just drop your skill saw in there at full depth, circular saw, whatever. You're going to cut that off. The next dimension that you have to worry about is 7'2" and 17/30 seconds. Now I don't have enough length here, so we're gonna fake it here while he's videoing. But we're gonna go down that dimension. Okay, so just step back a little bit so you can see me. We're gonna pretend that this right here we measured, and this is that 7'2" and 17/30 seconds, and then we are going to based on your diagram here again, so it's a straight plumb line to the edge of that bird's mouth is that same thing, 33.69. so we roll our square over till there's 30 1 2 3 and just a little bit more than a half. Oh, make sure I'm right. Oh, sorry, I'm bouncing around here. There's 31 2 3. Yeah, it's close. We're going to draw a line like that. Okay, this is the edge. You can leave it right here for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to show them in a second. This is the edge, this edge of your bird's mouth right here. Okay, that is 2 and 11/30 seconds high, and this is 3.5 on the flat side. Stay right there. You're going to take your square, it's 2 and 11/30 seconds. You're going to go to along this line right here, 2 inches, and so that's 16/30 seconds. Let's see here, and these are all 4, so that one is 12/30 seconds, so it should be about right there. And then it was 3.5, and as a matter of fact, when I go to that mark, if you look over here, can you get straight down on this? If you look over here, just getting close to that, you can see that the 3.5 is pretty close. So we actually going to put the 3.5 on here. The 3.5 is really all you need, because that will give you that same dimension here. It's just geometry. And you're just going to make that mark. So this should be 2 and whatever 11/30 seconds. This line here is 3.5, and it should work out that way anyway. Just the way that this is laid out, geometry wise, it should come out that way. So this is coming out right here, on this cut, you want to cut on the X side of the line. So full depth, I'm just going to go ahead and make my cut. Don't overcut the line. This cut, slip it next to you here. Don't overcut your line. What I do at that point, now you can do this with a Sawzall or whatever you have lying around, but typically I use a Japanese saw. I know you don't have one, so I'm just grabbing a Western saw. Can you see me good, Bill?
Yep.
And I just go ahead, cut to, sorry, I gotta push cut. Japanese saw is easier because it's pull cut, but just go right to my edge. Okay, so there's my bird's mouth. So now I got my, go ahead and video up there real quick. Now I have my top of my rafter here. I got my bird's mouth here. And then the next dimension that you have to worry about is your total length from, can you see this?
Yep. Okay,
from the top of your rafter to the top of your plumb cut on your overhang is 8 foot 9 and 3/4. So we're going to pretend, again, we're going to come down, we're going to pretend that we came down 8 foot 9 3/4, which we know is going to give us, over this way, it's going to give us your 16-inch overhang in a straight line from this line. So if you can picture this line coming down like this, and it's going to give you a 16-inch overhang here. Again, we go to our 33, there's 30, 1, 2, 3, and just about 3/4. Scribe your line. Blast this one off. All right, so step back a little bit, Bill. You still got it the right orientation?
Yeah.
Still videoing?
Yep.
So Chad, there's your rafter. It takes that much time to cut it. All right, once you cut this rafter, you're going to use this as your master to cut the rest of it. And I'm going to give you one little piece of advice. This cut and that cut are simple because you're measuring them, but come over here, Bill. Your other rafters, you're going to be laying this one on top and you're going to be marking them out. So pretend this is sitting on top of your next rafter and you're just going to go like this and you're going to be cutting that bird's mouth out. Always use this one as the master, and make sure when you cut these bird's mouths, just cut the line on every other one. Make sure you cut the whole line. So this is what's coming out, and make sure that when you run your skill saw, you cut your line. That'll get you ridiculously close. It's not critical, but you do them all the same way. It's that simple. That's your rafter, and when they go up, you know, they'll sit like that, if you can see that on the beam, and they'll meet in the middle up there. Go ahead up there. You can get screwed together up there, and you cut every single one the same way. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you.